Good morning, good morning. So we are going to do a little reading. It's thundering outside, so hopefully we don't lose connection. Tomorrow is the full moon. Last night, I don't know about you, but and this will actually probably come out tomorrow, be published tomorrow on the full moon. So, but I do feel like we're like pulling on the energy of that already, and especially with the thunderstorm and everything. But anyway, last night's dreams, it was just like crazy all night long. It was such active, like crazy dreams all night. I'd get up, go to the bathroom, go back to sleep. Another crazy dream. But most of them I can't grasp, like I can't remember lots of details or anything about them. It was just, by the time I was thinking, God, that was a lot, it was pretty much gone. But anyway, so I decided that we haven't done a reading in a bit, and it just felt like it was time. So here we go. Oh, first, let's do this. Let's do our whole little ceremony here, a whole little ritual. So first things first, we are going to do a little cleansing and clearing. Sorry, I'm lighting. Okay. Oyana siano tuyano oyana kiano tuyano oyana. We cleanse and clear all energy that does not belong here. Calling in our highest and our brightest, our angels and our guides, calling in those oyana kayana siano tuyano suyano tuyano oyana kiano tuyano oyana siano tuyano oyana. Calling in those that walk by our side to help us with this journey, and only those the highest and the brightest. And our archangels, Michael and Metatron and Uriel and Azrael and Gabriel and Ezekiel. I think I already did the Tuesday. To hold space, to keep this space a sacred space, cleanse and cleared of all energy that does not belong here, and amplifying all energy that does. Iano tuia nakaya nasiano tuiano oyana kaya nasiano tuiano oyana kaya nasiano tuiano oyana. Cleanse and clear all energy that does not belong here. I release. All energy does not belong to me. I release. If you feel any coughing coming on, let it come through. That is the energy being released. I release all energy that does not belong to me. I release all energy that does not belong to me. I release all energy that does not belong to me. You need to affirm this as well for yourself. They said that they'll take care of the rest, but you need to affirm this. And if you could say it out loud through that throat chakra, through allowing that to be heard, it's almost like they're saying when we could say things out loud like that, like affirming them out loud. It's like the energy of those words vibrate through our whole being. Ayana kayana siano tuiano oyana kayana siano tuiano oyana kayana siano tuiano oyana. Iana siano tuiano oyana kayana siano tuiano oyana kayana siano tuiano oyana kayana siano tuiano oyana. I don't think I have my... Oh, I do. Okay, so what else we're going to do is, I haven't done this before, I don't think, but I feel like I'm being asked, or being called to do this, is we're going to call in the directions as well as part of our, as part of this. It feels like we need a little extra boom, 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 a boom, boom, boom. What is that song from? A boom, 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 a boom, boom, boom. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm horrible about that. Okay, so focus. You may or may not be able to hear this. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just pretend. the main important thing is going to be the words. But can you hear that? But all we're doing is just doing a quick little calling in the directions. But it felt like the drum, she wanted to become a part of this morning's space. Calling in Mother Earth, the heartbeat of my soul and bearer of all creation. Please hold us. Calling in Father Sun, source light energy, cleansing, clearing, and aligning, protecting and guiding. Please guard us. We offer you both devotion. Calling in the east, the spirit of the wind, of air, of insight and clarity. Please enlighten us. We offer you love. Calling in the south, the spirit of the flame, of fire, of inspiration and desire. Please awaken us. We offer you love and devotion. Calling in the west, the spirit of what is felt, of water, emotions, and fluidity. Please nurture us. We offer you love and devotion. Calling in the north, the spirit of solidarity, of earth, of grounding and safety. Please steady us. We offer you this time. Calling in greater spirit, the beginning of all things, the mother, the womb, the I am, the beginning and the end. Please sustain us, expand us, and show us how great and amazing it can be. We offer you love and devotion. Thank you. Amen. And so it is. Great. Thank you. All right. Yes, I did kiss the drum. We're growing our relationship. Okay. Man, it feels so good. That vibration through me. All right, let's focus. So, thank you. Oyana kayana siano tuyano oyana siano tuyano oyana. Kiano tuyano oyana siano tuyano oyana. Again, calling in the highest and the brightest. Please be our guides. Please help us to be clear channels, receiving and giving the exact messages in which we are meant to receive for our highest good in this moment. Oyana kayana siano tuyano oyana kiano tuyano oyana kayana siano tuyano oyana. Anasiano tuyano oyana kayana siano tuyano oyana. Okay, thank you. It's almost like they were, pulling it all together. So we are going to use this new deck I got for my birthday to start with. I feel like I'm still clearing a bit. And if you happen to be coughing or feel coughs coming up or burps or yawns, that kind of thing, during this and throughout the day, it is a-okay. Just let it come through, because you'll be released. You may be releasing through the day too. Do this one too. Thank you. Okay, So we start out with leaves, renewal, revival, and progress. I love that. Look at the balance of it all, but it's also unknown and, I don't know, yeah, like kind of like what's hiding under the leaves kind of thing. All right. Yeah, no, like you know, like at the end, like during fall, and yeah, there's all those leaves, and especially after the rain, and it's just, they're all kind of piled up there, and you have no idea what's hiding up underneath there. That's what it kind of feels like. Yano suiano tuiana. It's the first time I'm using these for, this is another deck. Okay, so that one I forgot to tell you. That one was Green Witch Oracle. And this one is Seasons of the Witch, the Beltane or Beltana, however you like to pronounce it. I also got this one for my birthday. Yay. I feel so special. I really do. Like I'm just so, I'm gonna try not to cry thinking about it. How grateful I am for those in my life that, I don't know, help me to, you know, y'all should feel grateful for those that help us to feel special and seen and heard and loved in this life. All right. Chant, hear me loud, hear me roar, for I am here in my truth. Love that. And look, it's me with my red hair and pasty white skin. Let me check that background there. All right, there we go. It's a little better there, isn't it? There we go. That's it. Okay, so there's that one. Now what? Now this one, this is a tarot deck. It's Tarot of the Unknown. This was handed. This is a hand-me-down deck, and I've used it the first time, like one of the cards for our Hermit, the Hermit card of the month. And now it's 9 of Wands, I believe, because I don't think, oh, maybe they do Temperance, because there's no thing on it. So that's 7 Pentacles. Yeah, I think it's 9 of Wands. Look at that. And isn't that kind of fitting? I know that's not a full moon, but it still feels like a journey to the moon kind of thing. Or just very interesting. Let me see. Let me look in here. Swords, Pentacles, Cups, Wands. Yep, 9 of Wands. As strength, stamina, confidence. As 9s usually imply, your journey is near completion. But on this final stretch, you find yourself growing weary, doubt and fear running through your mind. The 9 of Wands asks you to rally your confidence and realize how far you've come. Lift your eyes and take a few more steps. Soon all your hard will start to pay off. I tell you what, I will say, it does get a little, we do get a little like, oh, sometimes in this journey, right? All right, so are we pulling another one from this one? Yeah, yes. Okay. You know, I really didn't, honestly. This is going to sound, I don't know if it's going to sound bad or not, but it's just the way it is. I've never had, like, so if this one wasn't handed down, I probably would have never bought this one. It never really called to me, but I'm just so grateful that it's just interesting. Okay. Where's the Chariot? Because I am enjoying it. I like the little splash of color in the corners there. And look, the moon. All right, so you're going there and you're going there. Okay, so we're done with those cards. The Chariot. I feel like this is going to be a long reading, but you know what? Whatever. Okay, it's okay. we're going to look at this, their interpretation, since this is a new deck to us. The Chariot, strong will triumph. The Chariot is your confidence, your will, and your inner warrior. At points in your life when you felt the bliss of achievement or triumph, you were riding on his back. Build a relationship with this part of yourself. Try to see the Chariot inside of you, which this is a very good, like, coming off of following this, the Nine of Wands, and that their interpretation of that, it feels like this is a very good, like, find that strength in you again. Because you're growing weary, you're growing like, oh, and then, but now they're saying find that strength again. So this is perfect, like right behind it. The more focused your mind, the easier it will be to sense his presence and stay mounted on his back with a fixed gaze and sure footing. You'll be headed toward all you dream of. Amen. Okay. So next up we have, this is the, why am I only having half the deck? This is the Wildwood Tarot. I wanted to make sure I said that right. For some reason it was sounding weird in my brain. Okay. The Woodward. 11, the Woodward. See, these are kind of so... I'm not going to read the book from that one, though. We're just going to see what they have to say about it once we're done. Because sometimes these are harder for me to feel into or even guess which ones they are in the original Rider-Waite until I'm like in it. Queen of Bows, hair. Okay. Done. Okay. And then now we're going to go into this is the Moon Witch, which is, again, interesting because there's the cover, that same crescent moon as these other two. There's some thunder rolling. I hope you guys can, I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but I just love that we're having all that. I love thunder. I just love it so much. It just, like, I don't know, there's something about it that just speaks to me real good and deep. All right. Cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for growth. There's one. I feel like you're supposed to have another one of these. Mirror, mirror, the beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. Amen. I love these so much. Okay, there's that. Okay, done, done, done. Are we done, done, done? Or are we just done with those? Done, done. Okay. Let's see. Where are they? All right. Although, never mind. I feel like we're supposed to do one more from here. The Green Witch. Even though it's going to throw off the balance. It's all nice and balanced. Moss Agate, positivity and change. What this is, now I could be wrong, but so here's that card, and here's what's is that Moss Agate? Maybe. Isn't that fun? Okay. Okay, so I feel like they're just telling me to, okay, hold this for while I'm doing this. Okay, let's do this. Close your eyes. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in to connect your root to Mama Earth. Connect your energetic cords and roots to her. Imagining your roots growing from the trunk of your tree all the way down into her. Breathing in nice and slow. And out. In. Out. With each inhale and exhale, feeling your whole system slowing down. Out. Putting your attention on your crown, pulling down that beautiful Father-Son energy, asking for cleansing, clearing, aligning through our whole center channel, picturing, feeling, sensing, seeing the white, this brightest light coming straight through your crown, all the way down through your center channel. Breathing in nice and slow. And out. In. Out. This time putting our attention on our heart space, pulling in that beautiful Mother Earth energy and Father Sun energy, creating this beautiful balance energy and sending that throughout our whole energetic field, creating that perfect harmony of divine feminine, divine masculine. Breathing in and out. Nice controlled inhales and exhales. If you feel like you need to stretch your body in any way through this, feel free to do so. Breathing in. One more, breathing in. They're wanting us to do something. I'm trying to figure out what. I'm trying to figure it out. But they're just showing. They want us to do a few more breaths, but this time they want us to put our attention and intention on our outer layer, of our energy field. And they want you to picture in your mind's eye or see, sense, feel, however it is for you to be able to the easiest way for you to connect. Even if you just know, you just feel it, just trust it. Just sometimes all you can do is trust, and that's it, right? So that's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to see, sense, feel, know that the archangels that we had called in earlier, right? We have Michael, Metatron, Uriel, Azrael, Gabriel, Raphael, Shamuel, and Ezekiel here with us, surrounding us, keeping this space a sacred space, cleansing clear default energy that does not belong here, and amplifying all energy that does. But what they also want to do for us this morning is imagine that you are in the center of that circle, correct? And these archangels are surrounding. Okay? You have that in your mind, Sai, keeping your eyes closed, picturing, feeling, sensing. And then picture that you are in this energetic egg or bubble, whatever's easiest for you to picture or feel. And picture that outer layer. They have their hands out in the healing hands kind of way. Sorry, there's like a clearing still happening in my throat. And there's this, in that outer layer, they are sending energy to this outer layer. They are mending, they are sealing, they are healing this outer layer. It almost feels like it's gone through some damage. Like it's like almost like gone through a little hailstorm. And they need to again, you may start to feel even more as they do this, more clearing. Anything that's coming that does not belong to you will be cleared out. But also they're mending our outer layer of our energetic field to be able to help protect us. So just picturing in your mind's eye this outer layer growing brighter and brighter white as it's being mended and healed for us. And just from your heart space, sending back this beautiful light of gratitude out to these archangels, because what a gift this is. So picturing you're just sending out all this gratitude from your heart space to the archangels that surround us, and they are sending us all this beautiful healing light and love. They are sending us so much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Allow the release. They say, allow the release, allow the release. Don't try and hold any of it in, no matter how it's coming out. If it's coming out with shakes or anything that you need to do, please just allow it to come out, because you need to purge any of this energy that does not belong to you as they heal the outer layer. It automatically will start pulling at anything that does not belong to you. And just picturing the outer layer growing brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, and more like instead of like a light, cloudy white, more solidified white. A thicker, thicker, thicker layer of white light all the way around. And it should start helping you to feel more calm in your body. It should start helping you feel more at peace and not quite so anxious, not quite so like you're going to crawl out of your skin, because it's like they just did this cleansing, clearing of our energy field and helping protect it. Again, placing your hand over your heart space, sending out so much gratitude and love to our angels. Thank you so much. Breathing in, out, anchoring this energy in, out, sending out that gratitude. One more, anchoring in that our white light, little force field that they have placed around us, and how they've mended and everything, just pulling all of that in, just with so much gratitude. Amen. Oyana kayana siano tuyana oyana siano tuyana oyana kiano tuyana oyana. Iana tuyana kuyana tuyana oyana siano tuyana oyana kiano tuyana oyana. Iano tuyana oyana kiano tuyana oyana. Okay, so I'm just going to say what's coming through no matter if it makes sense to me or not, because I don't know where it's coming from, but we're just going to go with it. I'm going with trust. We place our hands on your heart with so much gratitude. And thank you for being here. Thank you for leading us in this this session. Allowing the cards to guide us in this message. Iano tuiano oiena, siano tuiano oiena, kiano tuiano oiena, siano tuiano oiena, kiano tuiano oiena. Iano suiano tuiano oiena, kiano tuiano oiena, siano tuiano oiena, kayana, siano tuiano oiena. They're saying because sometimes iano tuiano oiena, the message is unclear. Sometimes the message can seem hidden. Sometimes the message that we're so desperately seek, sometimes the message that we are trying to that we are reaching for, the answers that we seek, the questions that we ask, all the things that we are like, we're trying, it feels like we're digging and digging and digging and just can't find what we're looking for. Sometimes it can be feel so unclear, so unattainable. Oyana siano tuiano koiana siano tuiano oyana siano tuiano oyana siano tuiano oyana siano tuiano oyana. But sometimes our vision can be clouded to what is right in front of us. What is right in front of you? 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 Oyana siano tuiano koiano oyana siano tuiano oyana kayana. Starting at the core, going to the core, starting at the core. Iana tiano oyana siano tuiano oyana kayana siano tuiano oyana. Iano sui ana kayana siano tuiano oyana. Iano tuiano oyana kayana siano tuiano oyana. They're talking about like this pulse of life, pulse of life, pulse of life. And we know, and this kind of is showing, it reminds me of like, it's what we've learned in the past, right? Of like this cycle, this spiral, how we continue, we keep coming back around and back around and back around. But that spiral is a little different because every time it comes around, it's with lessons learned, so we're able to look at things differently. But this is kind of like that, but it's showing like this. It's different. It's showing like this. Like this us at our core, and then almost as if like with breath kind of, and it's showing us like as this apple, and we're the core of the apple, and then as our breath going in and out from this core all the way around. So it's like this energetic breath, in pulsing in and out and in and out. Iana kayana siana tuiana oyana. And sometimes when we go out to the outer layers of the apple and we're looking out and we're searching and searching, we can't see what we're searching for, but we need to wait until we need to come back in to the core. Iano tuiano oyana siano tuiana kayana siano tuiano oyana siano tuiano oyana. Iana kiano tuiano oyana siano tuiano oyana. And really root in, grounding into Mother Earth, connecting with her. Iano suiano tuiano oyana. And just connecting. It's almost like the apple going back, like doesn't fall far from the tree, but we need to like, is showing kind of like connecting back to the tree, like plugging back into her. Iana tuiano oyana siano tuiano oyana siano oyana, to recharge, to feel grounded again. But also seeing where it all started again. Like going back at like Eve, like remembering, like kind of like rewinding all the way back to the beginning. And seeing, then looking out from her eyes, when you feel like everything is just going so slow, or everything is at a halt, or everything is at like, I don't know where to go from here. then to go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning of time and look through her eyes. Look through her eyes of all these different lifetimes you have led in this lifetime. How each of these stages of your life feels like so big and so wide and so expansive that it could feel like just each like multiple lifetimes in one. It just feels like so many deep layers. So going all the way back to the beginning of time, of your time. Even of time. Like, look, if you can look back even like in comparison of like the mirroring of what we've quote unquote what we've learned, even if we want to use that, the story that we've been told, and showing like looking at how humanity has evolved in that, and like where we started of like not knowing, like just being like just picturing like this cave woman, right? She's walking around naked, she's getting like stuff in her stuff, and so she's like, oh, I need to like solve this issue. So then you go out and you find something to put to cover up your stuff so you don't get stuff in your stuff. And then you figure out that you need, you're hungry. How do I get food? And what can I use to help me with the food? How about let's cook some food, and how can I do that? And all the things, right? How can I haul these little basket of apples, or, and then it's just this evolution, right? And so we've had that same with ourselves, and going back to the beginning of ourselves and really honoring and respecting this evolution of who we are becoming from the beginning. They're very emphasizing that, like, go back to the beginning. Allow yourself to go back to the beginning, from that baby girl all through each step of your life, each stage of your life, through this evolution, these changes, all the different circumstances that led you to this point in your life, and the growth that has come from all of it. All the wins, all the losses, all the mistakes, all the things that you got right, all the things that you're like, oh shit, glad I lived through that one, and all the different things, right? All the way up until now. And then allowing yourself to sit where you are now in that timetable, after you've kind of you've gone through each of the time periods in your mind's eye, and you've arrived where you are now, and just sitting with her in reverence of like all that she's been through, all that she's done to get to this point in her life, looking at where she is now. And just allowing her to absorb, because sometimes we're going so fast from like wanting to get from point A to point B in our healing, or wanting to learn the next thing, or wanting to become the next thing, or wanting to heal the next thing, that we don't take time to allow it all to soak in, allow it all to catch up with us, allow it all to like hold space for all of her. Because even though you are the person you see in the mirror today, you are also all of those versions of yourself, all the different versions of yourself. So in your mind's eye, almost as if you can see, like, you know, in the mirror, whenever there's like another mirror, it feels like there's like an infinity of mirrors. Picturing that, but picturing like every age range going all the way back, until you see your mother carrying you inside of her womb. You can even see it further than that of when, you know, before she even thought about you, and then all of a sudden maybe she sees the positive on the pregnancy test, the idea of you, all the way up until now. You are all of these versions. You are that seed. You are the me in the mirror. You are all of her. And think of the expansiveness of that. Like if you had to like separate her out, right? Separate yourself out into all of these different versions of yourself. Just think about how much space that would take up. Right? Just think about all that space that would take up. And how we are holding all of that within our one body, within this one shell, this one human shell. All that you've gone through into this one human shell. All these different versions of you in this one human shell. That's pretty crazy, right? If you think about it that way. All these different, each of these different timelines within your timeline feels like so separate from you now. But they're not. They are a part of you. Even the parts that you don't remember, even the parts that feel like forever ago, they're still in there. And it's just so crazy and mind-blowing if you think about it, all smashed into one fragile human being, right? But that's like, they're saying that if we can look at it that way, all that we have the capacity to hold, thinking about the strength that it takes to do so, the ability that it takes to do so, the power that it takes to do so. Your soul, your essence, your spirit is beyond what this human shell can contain. All these layers, because if you're here, you probably also believe in the past lives and whatnot. And we're also, so all of that is feeding in and out of ourselves as well, right? And in this human body. But so whenever I say that, what does that mean then, right? It means that this shell, our body, the skin that we're in, that we've been gifted to carry this portion of our soul being through this human lifetime. There's so much of her that it's like it's all around her too. It's like it's all around us. It's all around me. It's all around, yours is all around you. Up, down, and all around. And there's this like, and it feels like this pipeline of between your higher self and your human self, where this information can flow, because it's too much to like hold within this one space. Because can you imagine, like, if the power that it takes to hold within this, our being here, and how powerful we are to even do that, to be able to withstand that, is amazing in itself. And then, so they're just saying, if you can just picture that then multiplied by all the lifetimes that you've had, and then the expansive energy body that you have then from there. and just picture that sometimes we in this human body can get so overwhelmed about what's next, or or like, how am I going to do this, or how can I do this, or what can I, just like what to do, what am I going to do, like, or what they said, or she said, or I said, or all these things. These little minute things. We get so overwhelmed with like one little minute thing, one conversation that we had, or one text we forgot to send, or email we didn't hit submit on, or all these different things, these little minute things. But if we can, it's like one of those videos where if you zoom out, like, I don't know if Google Earth does this or not, but like whenever you're like at a little town, or like a picture of a person, and then you keep zooming out and zooming out and zooming out, and all of a sudden you see the Earth, and then you see way far out, from like if you were standing on the moon looking at the Earth, kind of thing. It's like that. They're showing that's what it's like, if you could kind of picture that, like this issue that you're like overthinking and overthinking and overthinking. If you could zoom out on that and see that is just like this little tiny speck in a universe, compared to like you and all that you are. That you are this expansive, it's almost like you are a universe in yourself, of lifetimes, of energies, of emotions, of thoughts, of feelings, of gifts, of all these different things within you. It's like you are your own universe, and this one issue that you are just really just sick to, like, twisted up about. If we could just stop and zoom out and think about like that how a tiny speck it is, and not to minimize any of our issues. That's not what they're doing. They're just saying, look at it from this zoomed out perspective, and taking a deep breath in, and taking in all that you are, all that you've been through, where you started from, coming all the way back to the core of who you are, how you got to where you are now. That journey, that whole journey, all those lifetimes within one lifetime, of then how, from where you got, from where you were the little seed, to from where your mother was standing there with the positive pregnancy test, all the way up to where you are now, looking and overthinking this issue at hand. If we were to just take a beat and go back to the beginning and look at it all from this different point of view, could we see it differently? Could we go into this acceptance and acknowledgement of who we are, acknowledgement of what the issue is, if it's an issue. Maybe it's not an issue anymore if you think of it that way, in this new way, or maybe you can see it in a different way. Because also picturing, maybe it has something to do with somebody else, because if you can picture yourself in all these different parts of yourself, and then if it's an issue with somebody else, picture them, and they are not just that one person. They are all their people, all the different versions of themselves that led up to this point. So they are not just that one instance, that one thing that they said that upset you, or the one thing, or maybe they forgot to hit send on a text or an email, and you are judging them for that, or you are judging them for this or that, whatever it is. For one mistake, one part, tiny little portion of who they are. if you could just see them as a whole, see them as all their lifetimes in one, and how we are judging who they are and holding so much anger or anxiety or frustration or disappointment or whatever it is over this one tiny, and again, not to minimize, but it's just putting it in proportion of like, and then you can see, if you zoom back in this way, you could see like, how this affects me if I look at it in this way. Now, I'm not saying like this is an excuse to live with abuse or anything like that, because if that's part of their core being, it's part of their core being, and you don't want to be around that, but it allows you to see if this is what this is or not. Because maybe you're judging them on whatever it is based on a part of yourself that hasn't been healed. And maybe they just made one mistake, and it has nothing to do with that. Or nothing to do with like who they are at the core. But you are mirroring and reflecting that part of yourself 6 selves ago that went through that. There's something similar, and you're tying those two things together, and it's not fair to this new person in your life. It's all these different scenarios that they're showing that we can put into play here if we can just see it all differently in this way. Because we can put this, we could go on for days like that, right? Work issues, all the different things. So just going back, it's like that's what they were showing, like the leaves on the ground and all the different layers of the leaves on the ground, and there's just things can be hidden there, and they can be they could be something that's good for the soil, or they could be something that's growing stuff that's not so good. So sometimes we need to go back and look at the layers within ourselves. It's like a quest within. Also showing that quest within to go back to the core of like, and seeing who's been there and who's just sending so much gratitude to different people that are in your life that have seen you through all these different versions of yourself, right? And love you even more so because of it. And all the new, like, even if it's only been the last few years, or if it's been the last 20 years, just being grateful for all of them. Iano tuiano kuiano suiano tuiano oyana siano tuiano oyana. Honoring and respecting yourself and giving reverence to yourself for this whole journey that you've been on, knowing that you've been through so much. So remembering that it has, like, giving honor and reverence to that, to your journey as a whole, to also then hopefully that will help you to then give yourself patience and love and understanding to yourself through these next, as you move forward, allowing things to unfold in this natural way, instead of trying to like always ripping through to the next layer. Sometimes we're not meant to rip through to the next layer. Sometimes we're just meant to let things unfold naturally, how they are meant to, like how they are like naturally unfold. I can't think of any other words for that, but like it's just like we have been trained to want to rush, ripping into the next layer, ripping into the next layer. I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more. But we need to remember to take that deep breath. And out. Slow down. Allow your whole body, allow your whole being, allow your whole essence, allow your soul to catch up. Allow the life that you have already led, all the different versions of yourself and the life that you're living now, to have time to settle in, to integrate into one whole again. Because sometimes it could feel like we're all scattered about, and it's just, we need to just slow our rolls and allow to see what's going to happen next. And that is sometimes can be so hard for us. Sometimes that makes us want to just like, can't take it. I need to know what's next. I need to know where we're going from here. I need to know how to get from A to B. I feel so stuck right now, right? We could get so like into this, into the now, into the next, into the I need. Sometimes that can like, it feels like sometimes then our angels and guides and for our own well-being will be like, it's almost like they put a halt on it and they're like, okay girl, no, you need to slow. It's almost like when you're learning how to ride a bike and you get your training wheels off and you're going, but your parents or whomever it is, your guardian or neighbor is like, go slow, don't go too fast, because you need to get a handle on it, because if you jerk the handlebars too quickly, or you hit a rock, if you're going too fast, you stop, you can't pay attention, and you can miss something, and you can fall, and you can get hurt. And so sometimes for our own good, we're being asked to slow down, be steady. Wait until you have yourself like steady again. Firmly rooted into where you are now, so then you can get back into a more steady space and pace, to where, because sometimes we could go so fast, we're just missing too much. We could lose our footing, we could tumble head over heels, we could come out with scrapes and bumps along the way. And so they're like, for your own safety, for your own good, for the good of your whole journey, we need to slow you down, allow you to get firmly rooted in again to your space, your place, to your journey, and then start out at a nice, slow, steady pace again. Stop, restart. It's like the breath, the pause and the breath, the pulse and the breath. Breathing in, pause, and then out. Sometimes we need the pause. And that's what they're asking us from us right now. So they're showing like with the queen and bows here with the hair. I'm not a hunter. But they're just showing like that, like whenever you take the bow and arrow and you pull it back and you hold your breath and you release. It's that pause. That is like this, it's part of becoming, they're talking about it going from student to master, and I'm not a big fan of that word, but just because of lack of better words, and so you can understand where I'm going with this. But that is like that transition from rushing and tearing into the next, into pause, then release. Being okay with the pause. Knowing it's just a pause. Knowing we're just It's just a moment in time. That this is the next step in your evolution, is learning to go slow, to pause, to breathe before the release. Pause, breathe before the release. To learn to do this, to learn to wait, to learn to feel into the rhythm of the inhale, the exhale, the breath, the energy, the wave, the release, the expansion is the next step in our journey. That's our next part of our evolution, is to going back to the core of what matters. And it is not to rush into the next step, but to pause and to release, and then to trust that that arrow will land at the mark that is meant to be. Amen. So it is. Oyana siano tuyana kayana siano tuyana oyana. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. Oyana kayana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Much love, much gratitude, much peace. Amen.